Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeff. So in this video, we're gonna check out KATSEYE's dance practice for their hit song. I believe it's a hit song, Gnarly. Oh my god. So I do apologize for how long it took me to get to this reaction. I was sick last week and so I couldn't get to any filming. I didn't even film for Patreon stuff. I'm just catching up this week with a lot of the drops. I'm very excited to see the choreography. Obviously I already saw it on Studio Choom, but it's so different with a dance practice with a fixed cam, you know, when you just see every single detail, right? So it's a different experience. And so now we've digested the song. We've digested it. I feel like a lot of people are just whiplashed about it, you know? I think that even for me, but it seems like a lot of people are kind of feeling the same way. That I think it's just a whiplash. It's just different from what they used to, from what they did before. And that's why there was a huge flip. And that's why there's a huge whiplash for whoever's viewing that music video. It's that initial shock. Because we were all expecting something very specific or something that is closer to Touch, to debut, because normally groups, may it be K-pop or Western, they have a specific brand. You look at the big names, you look at Adele, you look at Lady Gaga, you look at Katy Perry, you look at Beyonce, they have a specific brand for their music, especially when they were coming out. A lot of them didn't fully branch out into different directions, not till after they were fully established, you know? But like, when you're starting out, the norm, anyway, is that you would establish your sound. And in that way, everybody would expect something like Touch or Debut, right? But it was a complete 180. And that's why it was a shock to everybody. I feel like a lot of you guys have warmed up to the song and are loving the song. And of course, you know, as I've been told, it's getting very popular in Korea. I think I saw also that it charted in Billboard 100. But before we get to it, just want to let you guys know again that I have reacted to Popstar Academy, all the episodes and performances. And I also checked out some of the variety stuff on Patreon. So if you guys are wanting exclusive KATSEYE content, they're there. All right, Gnarly, dance practice. If you guys are new to my channel, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to watch the entire thing first without pausing. And then we'll do a second round where we would be pausing and commenting and stuff like that. All right, let's get to it. Okay, at first I was like, oh, damn, someone's sick. Because there's only 5. But then I saw, you know, someone's back there. Okay.
They could describe everything with one single word. You know? Like poverty, Tesla.
What an entrance. Oh my god. Hey.
Oh my god,
the execution is so advanced right off the top. Oh, that's cool. They shifted angles. Yeah, because normally it's just from the front, right? Hey! Damn! I knew that part was also gonna be viral, because like I started seeing it on TikTok. I can't breathe. Yo! Yo, let's go make it! The facial expression! Hey! Yo, the body lines are insane. Woo! It was like a door.
Gnarly.
You're gnarly.
Yo.
I'm not. Jealous of
Hey.
my mention? Yeah, the feel is fucking
This choreo is tough. I'm kind of shook. Hold on. Hey! I love that move! Hey! Damn! This is actually very exhausting to do as a choreo because every single move is hard hitting. They don't really kind of smooth in somewhere. Everything is aggressive, you know? That's a short choreo. The breathing, yeah, I get it. Want exclusive reactions? On my Patreon, there are thousands of hours of reactions from reality shows, documentaries, concerts, albums, to survival shows, and many more. Enjoy more entertainment industry knowledge, affordable pricing, easy to read menus so you know what you can get on each tier, and just overall fun content. I cover many of the groups I already do here on YouTube, so you can be sure to find something you like. Link in the description down below. You know what? If you actually look at, if you individualize the moves, you know, if you kind of just like stand there and then you do the moves, it's easy. But the way they're executing this is in such a high, very high advanced level. So there is a difference, you know? How do I put this? There are certain moves out there that are very difficult to do. And so it would take a lot of advanced dancers to actually do them, right? Because, you know, for example, like a Russian split jump, you know, like when you do when you jump and then you do splits up top, when you do multiple pirouettes, that's also, those things are advanced, you know, they're not easy moves to do. For these ones, if you look at the actual movements, if you isolate them, they're easy movements, but the difference is the girls are executing it in a very advanced way where it looks very hard. And that's the difference between just dancing and performing. You know, the execution is a lot tougher. It's a lot more aggressive. It's not lazy, you know? And then, of course, you combine it with every single move within that choreography, attacking them more advanced, attacking them aggressively, putting nuance in the choreography, then the whole choreography becomes tough to do because of the execution itself. Does that make sense? It's the way they bend their bodies, it's the way they hit the moves, it's the way they put nuance in them. They're pro. They've grown so much. Even though they were really good from the show already, they have grown so much more here. They also, the harmony of the group is a lot better too, a lot more uniform. And so that, because the thing is, the level of charisma and attitude in this, it's no joke. The thing is, like, the song is kind of absurd, right? In a good way. And so if you don't execute it at 200%, it's gonna look bad, you know? It's especially because the lyrics are also kind of like that. It's kind of like, you know, awkward. But like, because of the commitment to the moves and the 200% type of execution and the facial expressions, it works. Okay, let's go through it again and let's pause and stuff so I can emphasize.
They could this.
So this one, you know, when she starts talking, lip singing on it, that's a cool way to enter the song. But you know what? It's actually, it could be difficult if you don't have a sort of sign on when to start, because the song starts right at drop. And because normally what you would hear as performers, you would hear the song kind of starts, and then so that's your cue to kind of like be in the mode, and then you, of course, you wait for the first move to happen. But here, when the song starts, Yoonchae already starts lip singing right on there. She has to have a sign on when the music is going to be played. So basically, specifically for this one, it could be that someone is saying 3, 2, 1, like off camera, or someone is on the side, and because, like, you know, she's being covered like this, right? But she could be like looking to the side, seeing if someone is like 3, 2, 1, you know, like counting down into starting that. So I would be curious as to what they're doing.
Everything with one single word. You know, like poverty.
That's an aggressive start, and I've already emphasized on my last dance practice reaction for Yoonchae that she's improved so much from the show. Like this, she pops off.
Word.
So,
you know,
like that already in itself is like showmanship of like how much she grew already, like the facial expressions on that one, and also the aggressive attack on that first move. And it's a big move too. It's sharp, you know, and then going into this, you know, and then Daniela just like back bending at a snap. Ooh, you gotta like stretch a lot for that, because if you do it without stretching, you're gonna hurt your back, right? Of course, these girls are pro, they know how to stretch and stuff, so that when you snap back like that, you're not gonna hurt yourself, because it's a low stretch, you know? And same thing with the legs also, because like they're, you know, for example, Yoonchae, her knees are not bending, you know? And so it's a snap forward, And so you got to be flexible and fully stretched out and warmed up for that, so that you don't hurt yourself, right?
Like poverty, gnarly. Tesla, gnarly. Fried chicken, gnarly.
So the cool thing about this too, right off the top, oh my god, this is gonna be a long dissection, is that even though the thing is, like, the choreo is very musically inclined. It's so to every single thing that's happening within the music, even though it's quite isolated, there are things happening within the music that is reflected on the choreography.
Poverty,
So it's like, you know, you do the hop on, like, was it a drum?
like poverty.
I think it's a drum. It's like a beat. And then you go gnarly, and then, like, the hands move. Right? And then and then there was another beat, and then they hop on that. So the musicality is really good. It's acknowledging, the choreography is acknowledging a lot of the things. Sorry, the pause, the hair. Sorry, I didn't mean to do her dirty. Yeah. What was I talking about? The choreography is doing a good job of reflecting what's happening in the song, in the instrumentation. And then that, woo! See what I mean? Like the like that. That's also within the beats of the song, the instrumentation. I also love that they're so cunty right off the top. Like, boom!
Oh my god, that you beat.
I would actually say that this is more Street Woman Fighter level type of execution. And Street Woman Fighter, the dancers there, they're actually more influenced by the underground dancing scene, and also the Western dance scene. So if you guys don't know what Street Woman Fighter is, it's basically a competitive dance show from dancers in Korea, and now they're going global, you know, multiple countries now joining the competition, but it's based in Korea. And so basically what I'm saying is that this type of execution is more dance competitive level. If you take this type of dancing everywhere in the world, it would be considered amazing. I'm not talking about the choreography itself, I'm talking about the execution. Those two are two separate things.
Gnarly. Tesla, gnarly. Fried chicken, gnarly. Party to Hollywood Hills. This song, gnarly. Oh my god, that you beat.
Yeah, the facial expressions for Megan is like top notch. Like, I love that she's so committed on the face. And I brought that up on the Studio Trim reaction too. It's just like, ever since From Here, the thing is, like, you know, when you have a choreography where you're getting slapped in the ass like that, it's like, how do you make it so committed? And so you really stick to what the essence of that moment is. And so it's kind of like that silliness. And it's like, oh, that kind of doll-like play to the face, and then it continues on to the real. That's very theater, right? But it looks really good here because it does kind of warp you into the next transition. And then this is really cool where they shifted the camera angle so that we can see them from, like, where they're facing us, as opposed to, you know, like, if you were watching from the stage, you know, from the front, then you wouldn't really see what they're doing from the front, you know, as they travel across the floor. We got a knee slide here. The knee socks will help here too. The high knee socks or the high boots. I would be scared for Megan's knees here because it does, you know, like, the thing is, okay, let's see how they're executing it, because you're dragging your knees, you're sliding. Yeah, so there's a small slide to it. Like, if you see Daniela here, this knee is like sliding, right? It's sliding there. Also, yeah, Yunche, Sophia, and also Manon, it's sliding, like it's dragging, right? So Megan strategically didn't do that so that her knees don't get scratched, right? See again? It just kind of brushes a little bit. It's not a full drag. So competitive wise, you're gonna want to actually, like, fully commit to that move. So it's like, it's more sturdy, and then so basically it should drag. It should drag. So that it's more shapely when you drag it like that. But because, you know, her knees would scratch if she did that, you know, because it could be quite aggressive. or bruise, then she kind of brushes just a little bit, and that's totally fine. That's something that we can. That's something that we do all the time in dance, so that we don't hurt ourselves. Because first and foremost, safety, right? So what I used to do in these kind of situations, for competitions and stuff, when I know that I would be doing like knee work, something like this, or something that's a little bit more aggressive, is I would wear knee pads. For volleyball, that kind of thing, the knee pads or like a knee sleeve, just so that your knees will be covered. And so that is easier when you have pants on. But when you're bare like this, it's a lot harder to kind of pull off if you're going to wear knee pads and stuff. So you have to find techniques just so that you don't bruise yourself. The thing about it is like, because this floor is fine, it's okay. It's wood. It's safe. But the thing is, like, you never know where you're going to perform. Of course, stages, it's pretty much standard all over the world. But, like, what if, based on experience, sometimes when you go on stage in different parts of the world, some stages would be smooth and some stages would be grippy. There's a huge difference there. If you try to drag your foot on a smooth floor, it's fine. It's fine. You're not gonna bruise yourself or scratch yourself too much. But if you drag yourself on a grippy type of floor, that could be abrasive on your skin. And you can't really control that because of the type of stages that each venue would have. At one point I was touring, and it was like a dance tour. And we were doing contemporary, so there was a lot of floor movement. And at one point we got to a venue and it was carpet. It was carpet where we were dancing. And so the amount of abrasions that we would get from our skin, and also just like the smoothness of our movements, was just like, it was not good, because it was carpet is grippy, right? It's not the fluffy, nice carpet. It's like the low one that's like just grainy. Yeah, it was grippy. So it was really bad that way. So just something about the knee stuff and floor work. Wait, let me see if I'm missing anything.
Oh, we're in a session tonight. Gang, gang. Oh, we're going out tonight. Gang, gang. Oh my god, this song's so...
Yeah, I love the commitment to the sassiness and the cuntiness. Like, they can just really be aggressive with this and be so sassy.
Congratulations. Now you be like, gang.
Queens.
Gang.
Yeah, I knew that part was gonna be viral. Like that booty pop, like, I myself can't do that. I'm gonna try later. It's so hard. But I love the transition, because they go on a line, and then it's like, it's also, again, by the music, gang, 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 and it's like a domino effect. And for some people, they would call, in Canada we call it domino effect. Some people call it ripple effect. And then they establish themselves with that jump into this. So the thing is, like, the rotation is very crucial about how you're going to be able to booty pop like that. Because if you just slide to the side and you're facing front, like here, if you were kind of just to spin out like this, like if you weren't jumping, if you kind of just spin out like that to face the front, your feet are not going to be in a good position to booty pop. Because when you turn like that, if you turn like that, one foot is going to be planted and the other foot's going to be light. And so your balance might be a little bit off because it's so quick to go booty pop, right? And in that booty pop, both of your feet needs to be planted so that you can move your booty. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm talking about this. And so it's crucial to do the jump so that when you land here, you're down. Like, specifically if you look at Daniela, she's getting ready for that booty pop here. So basically, the wider your legs are, the lower you go, the more you'll be able to do the booty pop higher. Like when you jump like this, you're planting yourself, you're evening your balance from one side of your body to the other, from one foot to another, so that when you booty pop, your body is centered, and so you don't wobble when you're doing the booty pop. Because the thing is, like, you're shaking your body already at that point, right? And so the rest of your body needs to be controlled so that your booty can be isolated into doing that. I love also the little details with, oh my god, like, the facial expressions are so good. The little details of, like, the head going down to the side as they're going down, because they could have just easily just had it, like, right at the front, right? But this creates shape. And, like, I love the hair involvement. So I would be curious as to what Daniela would do if she wasn't doing a ponytail, because obviously they would have different hairstyles. So I haven't watched any of the other performances, like music show stages. I don't know, but I would be curious as to what Daniela would do there. Maybe she would just kind of like go like this instead of like pull. So that again is establishment. It's basically a drop into the song. So they transition to the side, and then you go down and then pop back up. That's a whiplash. The thing about that is, like, you can slide and lose control if you don't control your body well, because you can kind of, when you slide like that, you can kind of like go too much or like not enough, and your body would have to adjust and you would wobble. But so it's crucial to be in control when because the thing is, like, you're moving to the side, specifically Sophia too. You're moving to the side and then you're going straight into like that head down. You can end up with a control issue there because you can kind of like topple over. But the pros. I love that move so much. Oh my god. It's like a thread. And the way they bend their body like that is so satisfying because it's such an angle. I'm just addicted to that part. I've been like replaying this the entire time. Ooh, that's cool too, where Laura does something else there. I like movements like that is just so individualized. And also they have different poses too. Yoonchae has that kind of like point thing, and then this is more like this, and they're all different. But it's just like Laura stuck out because like both hands are up. And I like those kind of things that are just like odd. The stomp is so satisfying too. Woo! That's why it's like so aggressive, these type of movements. They're going full out. I also love that little shake that Manon did there. That part. Hey. The control is so good. You can tell, oh my god. You can tell that these girls are like professionally trained. Yeah, it's just the isolation is like, boom, it's so sharp, It's so cool. It's so clean. And that's why these choreographies are so satisfying to watch. So that is a balance thing for that kick. They've been doing that several times now. So as they kick, they have to balance themselves. So centering your body so your body can shift. Otherwise it wobble, right? And of course you're doing like aggressive things with your head placement, body lines and stuff. And so centering yourself because it stays up and then you shift your body, right? Yeah. And so it's just like getting that level. Like try it without centering yourself. You'll wobble. You'll fall over. Oh, here, by the way, I do have to correct myself. On the reaction video for the Studio Choom, I said that it was Laura doing it. I was so shook that like I was just like my mind was gone. It was Daniela. Sorry. I was corrected on it on Patreon when they released it on Patreon, but I forgot to, because I was like spending so much time doing a copyright thing on my to get this out, to get the music video reaction out, that like I forgot to have disclaimers on it. But yeah, it was definitely Daniela doing that, and so that's cool too. You know, the persistence in the facial expressions.
I'm making beats for a boy dumb bitch, fucking gnarly. Gnarly.
The choreography is like they're like accumulation of unconventional movements. It's almost actually very theater the way this part is. Like the other ones is like Street One Fighter type of stuff, and then you go into these. It's like a unconventional. Like yes, it is unconventional, but these kind of situations, it's only unconventional for girl groups and boy groups and stuff, right? These kind of stuff you would actually see in dance competitions. The ones that you travel to as a group, you do a lot of these kind of choreographies. But the reason why these kind of things are unconventional in girl groups or boy groups, for example, K-pop and stuff, it's because you're singing at the same time, right? And the thing is, like, if you're singing and you're going backwards, your diaphragm is not in an ideal position to be, singing, and also your throat as well, because you're backwards. Your whole instrument is bent backwards, right? It's actually more proper to bend forward so that you can that's why you see a lot of singers when they reach high notes, they go like, like Demi Lovato, the Disney stuff, like you see them like going like this, and they're compressing their diaphragm there. That's actually more proper than going backwards, bending your instrument and stretching yourself out like that. And that's why it's unconventional to girl groups or boy groups, because you're singing at the same time. But in dance competitions, you can totally do these kind of things.
Gnarly.
The hair up again. Love the acting. It's so cool. It really makes sense with the song.
You're gnarly. I'm not. Jealous of my mention? Yeah, the view is fucking gnarly.
Oh, that's cool. I just realized that they did the same thing, but the other side. So here, see again, they hopped again. I keep reporting on Daniela because the thing is, like, her movements are just so technically there because, of course, of her training and stuff. And so she does do the hop again that I was talking about earlier to establish that, just so that you can reach your position a lot sooner too. But again, it's to establish your ground so that you can do the booty pop. See, even Sophia also does the little bounce, the little leap, because she starts to rotate, to walk back, right? And then she hops into it, right? It's again to establish that groundedness. So this is the chorus, okay. So same thing with the other one. They repeated the chorus, yeah. Because sometimes they change the chorus, right? This one's the same. Hey. Guys, I'm actually exhausted. There are so many things to talk about. And the girls are killing it. And it's just so amazing to watch, It's just I have so many videos lined up and I'm just exhausted now. They exhausted me. The girls exhausted me. Imagine like actually doing it, The girls are amazing. They exhausted me. Thank you guys so much for watching with me today. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, do like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any content from me. And if you'd like to see more exclusive reactions, I do have a Patreon. Link is down below.